All right, yo, 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 it's your boy Yoshi Kid Neo, and we are back in the world of Boridil, the Ruination of Boridil. But today we're doing something different. Today we are actually doing a one-shot. My sister-in-law, Kerstin, aka Trina, is going to be out of town for the next couple weeks. And then it's my wife's birthday following that. So these next two Wednesday sessions are actually going to be part of this one shot that we're doing. And it's two one shots that I found online that I've been wanting to do for a while. And I'm kind of combining them. So one of them is the Frosted Prince, where we're taking the beginning of that and using that to go into the second one called Annihilation Hold. You can pick them both up on the DM's Guild. They're really fun. At least they seem really fun. I've never actually ran them, but after reading through them, they seem like a good time. So it should be fun. We also have a new player that's going to be joining us for these one shots. Her name is Erica. She won't be a permanent member. She's just here because the party wanted someone else to be around. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into it. All right. So to set the scene, let's see. Let me turn this music down just a wee bit. Yeah, that should be good. All right. To set the scene, there are 4 of you. All of you come from different walks of life, different backgrounds. You've lived through your own personal hells. You've seen injustices cast upon you by the community that you live in, the community that you serve, or the community that you came from before leaving. And on your travels, you may have committed some misdeeds once, twice, a few times. Things that, if other people had found out, that you might not be so proud about it. Or perhaps now you've come to enjoy it and it's become your new line of work. Regardless of how it is you came to be who you are now, you have all been approached by the same person that has seeked you out specifically in order to procure an item of great importance. The woman in question calls herself the Porcelain Lady. And we will begin with Kevin, if he's back. I don't know. He's got his mic muted. How about instead we'll begin with Joe, since Joe is actually here? Question mark?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So Joe, you can go ahead and describe your character to us as much as you want.
Okay. Can you present the picture? That's pretty easy.
Yes, yes. I'll bring out all the pictures one by one.
So, what you see before you is a 3-foot-tall kobold. His eyes are doing that thing. They're kind of like to the sides. His tongue's got that bleh thing. He's wearing some lacquered leather armor. And he's got a shield and a hammer, warhammer or mallet, whatever you want to call it. He's got this radiant energy kind of coming off of him, this little aura. But he just looks like he's just kind of there, trying his best. He doesn't look very strong at all. You can see his arms are pretty weak. He kind of struggles to hold up his shield and his mallet, but he's there. His name's Wiggle, and he's trying his best.
So, Wiggle, coming from a den of kobolds. One day he goes out seeking some type of shiny that he was told about by somebody that was visiting the area. The elders of his tribe told Wiggle to go get it, as he was one of the most trustworthy of the tribe. And as Wiggle came back, he noticed that his entire clan had been slaughtered by these people. And they had essentially destroyed the dragon's nest that Wiggle had sworn to protect. And with his oath broken, he's now sworn to go and serve other dragon to try to rename himself in their, or I guess realign himself, or I don't know how you would want to describe it, but to get back his essence of worth from the dragons that he so desperately seeks to serve. One day, Wiggle, you're on your way searching for another dragon to serve. You've heard of a white dragon in the north. You're a little hesitant to go and seek them out, for your scales are not the same color. They're an orangish, right? Orange? Looks orangish red.
Orangish red.
Yeah. So usually you serve red dragons. But you decided, what the hell? I've heard of this one lately. Let's go check it out. But on your way up there, you end up finding this carriage that had been torn asunder. And inside of this carriage were a bunch of dolls and things of that nature. Kevin, if you would please introduce your character.
God damn it.
Well, you see this doll. He's just sitting there, ominously. Definitely sticks out from the rest. As you see, he's basically wearing like something of a jumpsuit with a hood on it. Definitely looks like it's wearing this jumpsuit. Looks something of like a leather, like some type of like light leather armor. So you could probably be thinking, oh, this is a fancy doll. Something's weird about this. And you will hear in your head, you should pick me up.
And so my character, Lily, she looks like a little girl, like just a normal 4'5" little girl with black hair. And she picks up the doll because she heard the voices.
Okay. So Wiggle, as you're hearing this voice in your head as well, all of a sudden Lily, this little girl comes from one side of the carriage and picks up the doll. And you're both looking at it.
This doll's mine.
Hi, I'm Robbie, and I'll be your friend to the end. Heidi-ho!
You should get away from that doll.
But I like it.
I don't
It's
know.
creepy.
Who are
Turn
you?
my head towards you and blink.
I like hugs.
I give it a big hug.
So Lily embraces the doll and gives it a hug. She starts to squeeze tighter and tighter, as this is the first embrace since the incident.
Is this your carriage?
No.
As you shout that, you hear rustling coming from the trees that are probably 10 feet away on the side of the road. And from out of the trees, you see a half-orc approach the carriage, his shoulder scarred from recent wounds. He's got his one of his hands gripping that shoulder, while that arm sort of dangles, barely holding onto his greatsword as he approaches the carriage. This half-orc is splattered in blood all over and is breathing very heavily. Jeffrey, if you would like to introduce your character.
Before you see a half-orc named Rongark. I approach and I kind of shamble towards everybody, grunting and dragging, my feet up because I'm very tired. And I look up and I say, "What is this? Why are there children and dolls here?"
Are you asking me?
Ah! What is that thing?
I'm kind of like standing in the middle, and one eye's looking at the doll and the child, and one eye's looking at the orc. At the same time.
Soup, sop, soupity
What?
I suddenly feel like I should go back. I think death is a better option. I'll just see myself out.
Or perhaps, maybe.
You don't want to play with us?
Hey, do you need help?
Maybe.
Not you. Mr. Goblin-stalk? Is that what you said?
Rongark.
Grongark. Do you need medical assistance?
That would be delightful.
Come here.
Are you a certified doctor or?
Me? No, but my god is.
Hey.
Oh boy.
And Jeff, you hear in your head, "Yeah, you should come closer."
I don't like the voices.
Oh, don't be afraid.
I think I
We're
should be
here
the
to work
opposite of
with ya.
not afraid.
Come here and I heal ya.
Oh, I got.
I like hugs.
As I don't really have a choice, I go forward.
And I'll cast Cure Wounds.
I'm just swinging around Robbie with holding one arm.
La 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 la. Ooh.
Well, thank you.
Is that better?
Yes, it is. In
Well, I'm Wiggle.
I look at one of his eyes, and it bothers me how both don't look at me back. Okay.
The other eye, as you're looking at one eye, it kind of like, what would you? It's kind of like in a magic 8-ball, like it's kind of like turning around and then it focuses on you for like half a second, and then lists away, and then comes back, and then lists away.
That's hilarious.
But the other eye is focused on you perfectly. Just the other one starts wandering.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Buddy there seems cocked like a pistol. Like he's that's what you hear in your head, Jeff.
Yeah. And I look over to the doll. And I think back. Is that you?
Hi, I'm Robbie, and I'll be your friend to the end. Heidi-ho!
And I say out loud, "Okay, you sound different in the head versus what's going on here?"
That's
Perfect.
nothing.
You've all come. Don't it took so long for you to finally reach each other?
And as you hear that voice, all of you start to look around, and seemingly out of nowhere, the porcelain lady that had approached all of you has come forth.
I wanted to make sure your introductions were organic before I brought myself forth.
And who might you be?
You don't remember me, do you? Well, actually, this is our first meeting, but I've met the other three. I am known as the Porcelain Lady, a purveyor of priceless artifacts lost throughout the history of time, from great civilizations millennia ago to more recent ones in decades past. These three I have hired to come and meet you, Ronadak, to aid you in what I hope is a task that you would seek to fulfill.
And what might that be?
Very simple. There's an artifact that I wish to add to my collection. An artifact from your very ancestors, those lost to time. You have heard the village elders talk about the tribes before the Bone Chewer clan, have you not?
I have.
Well, this very artifact is buried with the last remaining members of that tribe, long lost. And I felt that it would suit no one better than yourself to guide these folks through your ancestry, to procure the artifact that I so desire to have in my possession, and perhaps to take this knowledge of your tribe back to the Bone Chewer clan, so that they would hopefully change their nomadic ways.
It would be an honor to learn more about my ancestors and to make my people proud. So you have my sword. I left it my great sword.
And she approaches and gently, like she reaches out a hand and touches the sword and gently lowers it for you.
No need to pledge your allegiance to me fully, but this group is headed to a town to the north, on the border of Elven and Dwarven territory, in the last farmlands known as Shadowdale. From there, you are to meet someone that I've not met in person, but I've heard rumors that they know of this ancient tomb where the artifact lies. I don't know anything about this person besides they go by the name of TB.
Strange name.
Yes, strange indeed.
I'm sure we'll find them, though.
Yes. Find this TB. Find the answers that he can give you. The direction to this tomb. And inside of this tomb, not only will you unlock ancient history of Orcish tribes, but you can also procure the artifact and any other items that you wish. I do not care what you take or leave in the tomb. I only ask that you bring back the artifact. A priceless bus, known as Annihilation Hold.
Well, I ain't much for artifacts, but I will do this for you.
Very good. I hope that these other three serve you greatly on your journey.
She turns to look at the rest of them.
And remember, all of you have a stake in this.
Oh, a stink.
Robbie's just still in doll mode, just acting like all limp, smile on his face still.
Did someone
To me.
steak?
To make your travels a little easier. Perhaps this cart should be in better working condition.
And she walks over towards the cart and she barely lifts up her hands not too far up from her waist. And you watch as the cart starts to rattle, and as it rattles, it grows more and more vigorous and violent before the carts smash together. And you can see this sort of dark light essentially stitching together all the pieces of the cart before it's all stood back up.
The only issue is you don't have the steed to pull it.
One more time, Brady.
The only issue I see is that you don't have a steed to pull it.
Hold on, I got this.
That's me trying to find my spell.
Don't blow a blood vessel over there.
So, after you see what Wiggle's eye like almost popping out of socket because he's concentrating so hard over the course of 10 minutes, like trying to just remember everything, he ends up summoning what looks to be some sort of like four-legged drake that looks like a horse, but not exactly. It's definitely built like a horse, but it's got dragon scales. And it is of the same color as Wiggle.
And yeah, so I did that like struggling thing with the eyes all over for 10 minutes to do this.
I see.
Here's a steed.
Well, Wiggles, despite your appearance, you seem to be resourceful. I guess this will carry the cart.
I'm a vessel.
I can see that. Anywho, well, is he gonna drive himself, or are you gonna drive, or?
Can I backflip up onto the horse?
Acrobatics check.
Don't know how this is gonna go.
Yeah. And he just falls backwards on his back and starts wiggling.
Yeah, well, yeah, that didn't, okay. I'll drive him. Sorry.
Remember, when you finally have the artifact in hand, I will find you. Good luck on your travels.
And as the porcelain lady says that, she starts to walk down the road, and an eerie mist engulfs her and dissipates moments later, and she disappears.
Oh god, that scene is cracking me up. He just falls and tries to fall over.
Kind of reminds me of like the squirrel from like Ice Age. Just
Yeah, that's kind of what that's the eye movement I'm trying to explain. It almost looks like you've had those toys where like the inside is the weighted eyeball that always points up no matter how you spin it. And like when you spin it really fast, it swirls around and then it always goes up.
Yeah.
Just like Scrat. Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Okay. So.
Welcome to the club, Erica.
Yeah. Alright. Mush.
And the Drake starts to mush.
We didn't hook it up yet or anything. Just.
Robbie looks towards you and just.
I like hugs.
Towards Wiggles or who?
Wiggles.
Oh, okay.
It's one wiggle.
Okay. So as you guys start to head down the road, every hour or so, Wiggle begins to cast the spell again. And you guys
Wait,
were...
does that consume a spell slot? I don't think it does. It's a ritual, right?
Should be, yeah.
I think I had it consume one on accident. I'm not a spellcaster, so I don't know how it works in Foundry.
Oh yeah, it's just ritual.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, let's see. Or actually, do you have to... Oh, it's instantaneous. It lasts... Never mind. I was thinking of a different spell. I was thinking of,
10 minutes?
No. It takes 10 minutes to cast, but I'm pretty sure...
I think it lasts until I dismiss it.
It lasts
Yeah.
an hour, I thought. If you're doing Phantom Steed?
No, it's a different
Not
spell.
Phantom, it's
Ah,
Find Steed,
okay.
yeah, so...
It's like Find Familiar, but a steed.
Okay.
Yeah. So never mind, yeah. I was thinking of the Phantom Steed spell. You know, Find Steed, you don't have to cast it anymore until it dies or you dismiss it, so... Cool. So Wiggle takes the helm, and you guys are, you know, on your journey towards the north. And it takes you the course of a few days in order to get to the boundary before you start heading into Dwarven territory. And it's been getting colder over the past couple days. And on the day that you're meant to arrive, or 3 days before you're meant to arrive to Shadowdell, it has started to snow on your journey. And the last day that you should be on the road.
Is that due to the... This is going to sound stupid. Is that due to the weather or the landscape we're going into?
Both. The landscape you're going into is the Northern Dwarven territory, which is known to have its winters months in advance compared to the rest of the continent.
Boy, oh boy, we're getting close.
You sure you're gonna be okay over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a new friend. And I think he's likes this place.
A new friend?
Yeah. Do you like dragons?
No, I do not. No. Why would I like dragons? I mean,
I just turn away from you, and one eye, like, as I turn my head, the one eye, like, stays in this spot for a little bit, and then slowly goes forward, and continue driving.
Well, regardless, it's getting quite cold. Are you gonna be okay?
The fire of Rendil warms my heart.
Whatever
I don't
you
know,
say.
that just sounded cool. I'm, like, actually shivering.
The dragon, the heart of the dragon lives in me, so I don't get cold.
Well, your runny nose says otherwise, but you do you. And oh, go on. That's
Go for it. The more y'all talk, the better it is, I think.
Okay. And I look over to the small doll creature, and I honestly, you freak me out quite a bit. I've never seen a talking doll.
He turns his head and...
I like to play.
Yes, you said that before. Do you
Wanna
understand
play with me?
I don't really play.
Woohoo! Playtime! Playtime!
I'm sure I said, don't play, but sure, whatever.
His head turns back, and like just looks at nothing, as if like his functioning just ended.
And upon that awkward bit of I look over to the, he said small child, right?
Mhm.
And I say, okay, kid, honestly, at the moment, you're like the most sane individual here beside me.
As you say
Oh,
that,
really?
your pants start to get
Yep.
wet and they start to get cold. And as you look down, you're like, what the hell? And your water skin fell open and soiled your pants. And it looks like you wet yourself.
And I start shivering more. Like, my
You
water.
see one eye looking at you.
So, kid, what? Are you sure you should be here, traveling alone? Like, before you got here, like, what are you doing out here?
I don't know. I just was in the carriage and I was brought here. Yeah. So I think this is the way I'm supposed to go.
Yeah, do you have family? I mean, in my tribe,
Not
we don't just...
anymore. They're
you-
dead.
Erica, you hear in your voice, you hear in your head. You think you can trust these idiots?
Oh. In my head.
Mm-hmm. You can't communicate with me in your head.
Okay.
I only can communicate with you.
What a
Did you
twist!
hear that?
Everybody.
So, do you have family where you're going? Anyone else to look after you? Like, you shouldn't be out here by yourself. It's not safe.
Oh. I think it's okay.
I look around. We're in like a goddamn blizzard right now. What do you mean it's okay? There are bandits. There are creatures that will eat you. Like, you're not
Blake
in like.
told me I'm supposed to go this way.
Okay.
This guy seems a little bit paranoid. You hear that in your head?
Oh.
It-
Oh.
Well, regardless, I think the best thing to do is get out of this blizzard. It's no place for kids or lizards. I look over to Wiggle, or talking dolls, and I'm just wondering, like, am I gonna make it through this? Like, am I gonna be able to like go through this for the sake of my village and my tribe? And I just sort of like, okay, well. I would say let's play something to pass the time, but I look around us. Not much to see. Because I'm like, an I Spy game.
We can try throwing the daggers.
What daggers? What are you talking about? Who has daggers?
I have some daggers we can throw.
Why do you have daggers?
Because they're fun.
You're like 10 years old. Why do you have daggers?
I clip my shield to my back.
Can I prop up Robbie on the side?
Yeah.
Target practice?
Wanna play?
So with Wiggle's shield on his back, Lily takes Robbie and places him against the shield. Goes to the back of the cart and pulls out her 2 daggers.
I hand one to Grungark.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know how to use this?
Sure.
Well, after you then.
What do I roll? Do I roll there?
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're gonna throw it, just click on the dagger as an attack roll.
Oh. Oh.
Are everybody's roles private?
Doesn't look like. Interesting. Why did that not roll properly?
Was that her dagger attack? Because that did not work well.
Yeah. So what did you click for dagger? There's. Oh yeah, actually, my bad. I forget you're not used to Foundry, probably. So.
No.
If you click on, if you open your character sheet and go to the inventory tab, when you scroll over dagger, you should see like a dice button that appears. And if you click that dice button, it'll roll. There we go.
Oh, she crit.
Oh no.
First roll. That
Alright,
probably isn't right either.
Like 1d4.
No, it's
Her
correct.
modifier is a +1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought she was a rogue.
No.
Okay. I know there's a rogue in this party, and I'm like, but all right.
I'm sorry.
The 10-year-old girl's got knives and it's not a rogue. Yikes.
So,
Oh my God.
I see that they throw like a perfect bullseye. I'm guessing, Brady.
No.
Yep. So, Lily takes the dagger, holds it at the hilt, flips it up in the air. As it's spinning in the air, she grabs the edge of the knife, brings it behind her head, and very whimsically flicks her wrist backwards, and the knife you see flows from behind her and then shoots from beneath her hip and hits Robbie straight in the middle of the forehead.
I was aiming for the top of his head.
Oh, like not hitting him?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, it...
Just like right in between the legs, maybe. I don't know.
You want it top of the head or between the head or legs?
Which head?
Between the legs, sure.
Okay. It hits right in the middle of the legs, and as it hits, you just see Robbie with this like awkward smile, just looking back, staring blankly towards you. Your turn, Rongark.
I don't exactly have a dagger.
There, now you do.
I'm looking at the sheet. I don't see it under Ongark. Unless,
you should. I just rolled it.
okay, there you go.
So you throw it, and you hit the very edge of the shield, missing Robbie completely.
Huh. Well, I'm more scared that you know how to use that than you having it now. Like how well you're using that. Maybe you will be safe on your own, but...
Beginner's luck.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, check this out. And I pull out a dagger, and I actually don't have one in my inventory. But I know my criminal background gives me one.
Okay.
And I'm cool. You're so much faster at that than I am. And without even facing, I'm gonna try and throw it like a boomerang to come back around and hit him. And please tell me that one was what I rolled.
No, unfortunately not, but
but I'm still like throwing it out to the side, and it's definitely not a boomerang.
Yeah.
So
So you watch him, he throws it to the side of the fucking cart, and you can hear it hit in the snow because there's a snowbank on the side of the road. And he keeps looking, like he's got one eye that's focused, laser focused on that spot, and the other eye is looking forward on the cart, and you can see him going
yeah.
any moment now.
Watch out! It'll come. It'll get you.
Did you mean to do that?
It was supposed to come back. I tried to put some curve on it.
Curve on a knife.
Yeah, like a boomerang.
What?
Yeah, I guess I don't know what that is either.
Okay, well, maybe we should just leave the knife throwing.
Oh.
And I look at the girl.
Did you hear that?
How about no one throws knives for now? How about that? For a
I
little
think
while.
we might be throwing knives. As I said, whoa!
Did we hear that in the background, or is that just ambient noise, Brody?
Hear what?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought.
Okay.
So I also looked at everybody else. Looked at Wiggle. Did you hear that?
What is that?
I heard it that time.
And Lily, did you hear that as well? I think we should get prepared, and I
Yes.
pull out my greatsword.
That's it. I'm getting me mallet.
And I look over to the doll that keeps going animate and inanimate. I can't tell what's really going on. I poke that thing. Hey, you awake?
He just stares back at you.
Be real cool if you
Yep.
wake up right now. There might be something out there.
Still blank smile and
Okay,
looking
well-
out in space.
Okay, well, when you decide if you want to be alive again, just let us know. And I start looking out into the snow.
It's just nothing. We're fine.
That is clearly not
Doesn't
nothing.
sound like nothing. So one of your relatives?
Either speed up the cart or stop completely. One of the two.
We should go.
Okay.
So
Let's get out of here.
Wiggle snaps the reins, and his Drake steed begins to pick up the pace and begins charging through. And as you guys are going at a great pace, you are looking up in the sky, looking in the snowbanks, but your visibility is very, very low in this blizzard. But every now and then you see a shadow, and then it goes away. You see another shadow, and it goes away.
Is it like from above?
It is from above.
Can I tell if this is a dragon's sound?
Roll. Actually, no, you don't need to. Yes, you know exactly what that sound is.
Oh,
And-
then I would change what I did earlier. If I knew that that was a dragon, I would not have like gone.
Okay.
Can we go
Yeah,
back on
we
that?
can retcon that.
So you asked me if it's one of my friends, right?
Relative.
Relatives? It's probably who I'm looking for. Hey! It's me! Wiggle!
What are you doing? Stop that.
Kind of like hop
Don't
out of
pull it
the
over.
cart.
Woo,
I've been looking for you!
Get back in the cart.
So
I'm
as
here!
Wiggle gets out of the cart and starts walking, the shadow, you can see the shadow approaching you from the direction that you are actually headed. And it's coming at a blazing fast speed before it starts to get darker and darker and darker. And the moment it becomes too late, a huge, or actually, let me see, where is it?
Also note that when I walk, my knees aren't bending. They're kind of like going out to the side.
Are you like waddling or something? Or
I don't know. It's just funny.
doing a jig? Like you're just...
No, it's just probably a happy walk, but like kind of bobbing side to side.
Okay.
But yeah, like I'm eclectic.
Okay. Anyway, so as you are approaching, let's see, where are you guys?
As you're approaching the evil dragon with open arms, your character dies. Alright, guys.
The large shadow starts to grow lighter in color before it lands 20 feet in front of you, stretches out its wings to a great 40 foot wingspan or greater. Actually, it's probably 50-foot wingspan, and sits up straight, looking down at your little cart. It starts to sniff the air, and then it looks down towards you, Wiggle.
Oh my lord. I've been looking all over for you. I'm here to serve.
You looking for me? Whatever for? To satiate my hunger? Perhaps?
And then the dragon starts to lick its lips.
If that's what you really want, but I'm probably more useful than just a
I'm
meal.
sure you are. I've grown quite bored over the last few months. It's been a while since I've seen a traveling caravan in my realm. Perhaps maybe we can play a little game to see just how worthy you truly are, as you are a red kobold. I don't see any of your kind up here, and the last one that I ate was not very scrumptious. So maybe you're right. Maybe you don't taste as good as your brethren. But how about we play a game and find out?
Anything.
Alright, the rules are simple. You're within a mile of the town of Shadowdale. I've been tormenting them for the past few days because I'm simply bored. I want to see how far you can get before I can hit you with my breath weapon. If I hit you, I win, and I get to feast on your corpse. But if you make it to Shadowdale in one piece with your carts, I'll leave the town alone. And you can serve me. I'll even give you a head start. Run along now.
And the dragon begins to beat its wings, and with it, the snowfall all around grows intense for a moment. And you hear the beating of the wings, but you can't look up because of the snow as it... Oh. No! Am I back? Hello?
Yeah, you back.
Yeah, you are.
We hear you now.
Okay.
Well, I
I don't know what happened. What did I last say that y'all heard?
You started to explain a rule of a game and didn't.
Really? Motherfucker, dude.
See how far we can get or something like that?
Alright, I'll just start over from let's play a game.
You said you were tormenting a town and that was it.
I've been tormenting the town of Shadowdale, only about a mile away from here, because I've grown bored of the last few days. But I think we should play a game, something to prove your worth, to see if you're capable of fulfilling my needs. You and your cards, seem up to the challenge. The rules will be simple. You make it to Shadowdale in one piece, and you can serve me. But if I destroy your cart with my ice breath, then I get to feast on your corpses.
Oh.
It's a race?
Yes, and I'll even give you a head start, but you better use it wisely.
And as the dragon says that, it begins to beat its wings, and the snow starts to splatter all around to the point where you can't look towards it, and you have to hold a hand up. Otherwise, go blind or something like that. And as the wings start to get less and less intense, the great shadow of the dragon starts to fly from to the direction that you came.
Ready or not?
We go get back in that cart.
And you see
scamper
probably about
on
100
all
feet.
fours.
And
So you see about 100 feet behind you, you see this white, or this bluish white beam of energy start to sweep down the road and stop about 20 feet before your cart, and the shadow races past you.
I'd like to, as Wiggle is running to the cart, I'd like to outstretch my hand, because my character's like, 6 foot, like 6'2", so he's pretty tall. Wasn't Wiggle pretty small as well?
Yeah.
3 foot
Oh yeah.
tall.
Yeah, I was gonna like reach my hand over the side of the cart so he could get in faster, and grab him by the scruff of the neck and slam him into the seat and slap him and say, "You idiot! Get us out of here!"
I kind of like have my, when you like hold your hands in front and you kind of like, your shoulders kind of come forward and you're like, it's like when you have a crush. And I go, isn't he great?
No,
Yeah.
he's gonna eat us.
He's amazing.
This
Let's
is why
go.
you don't- This is why you don't talk to dragons.
And I whip and say, mush.
Okay. So, what we're gonna do is a kind of like a skill challenge, but no real skill involved. I'm gonna have you all privately roll a D100.
Me.
Erica, do you know how to do a private roll?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh boy, isn't this just
Okay.
the biggest honor?
Okay, so as you are racing, you hear the cries of the dragon echoing from beyond the realm. At least that's what it seems. And you're looking up in the air, in the sky, and you don't see the great shadow. And as you guys are doing that, Roangark stands up and gets to the back of the cart and starts looking around. And all of a sudden, out of one of these snow patches, as you start to come up, the wings of the dragon burst from underneath the snow, causing all of this snow to engulf the cart. But at the great speed that Wiggle has it going at so far, the only thing that happens is all of you are covered in about a foot of snow. Wiggle pokes out one eyeball so that it can continue looking down the road, the rest of his body underneath the snow. Lily holds out a hand and starts to uncover and essentially, actually, let me look at your character sheet real quick.
You just hear this.
Yeah, essentially, uses her 2 hands and another phantasmal hand to start digging her way out to where her head comes out of the snow and she takes in a breath of air. Robbie, I believe, just sits there and embraces the snow. Roangark, though, Roangark at this point screams, "Help! Pull me up! Pull me up!" And as Wiggle uncovers his other eye, he looks to the back and does not see Roangark. Lily, as you start to uncover the snow and actually stand up, you see Roangark is holding on to the back of the cart. His feet are dragging in the snow behind. And you see the white dragon is starting to chase you on foot, snapping its maw towards Roangark.
Come here, little snack. Come here.
I struggle and scream and try to get out of the snow.
All of you roll another D100.
Oh, okay.
Do it this way? Yeah, that works too.
Is high good or bad, Brady?
For these, I think high is usually better.
Oh.
I say, everybody hold on. I like try
and help him up.
Okay. So as the white dragon is running, it unfolds its wings and gives itself a little boost, and it opens up its jaws as wide as it can. And as Roangark, his entire body looks to be within snapping distance of this mouth, and Wiggle hits the reins in such a way that his Drake mount essentially dodges to the right, causing the entire wagon to shift and essentially be on 2 wheels to the side, much like in Fast and Furious whenever they do that bullshit with those cars where they're on 2 wheels instead of just one and it's sideways. And as he does that, Roangark one arm comes flying off of the back while he's still holding on, and the dragon snaps down with such ferocity that Roangark almost loses his entire half of his body. But because of what Wiggle just did, now he's safe. But now the cart might flip over. One more D100 roll, please.
I scream in absolute agony.
That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. Uh-oh.
He'll be here sound like a Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if the mic picked up the Tokyo Drift sound.
So as the cart is rolling like that and the dragon snaps down and misses, Roangark, you see the dragon's brow furrow in anger as it leaps into the air, beats its wings a few times, gets in front of the cart, and it lands in the middle of the road. And it takes its tail and it swipes towards the cart. What ends up happening at this point is it hits all 4 wheels. All 4 wheels shatter completely. But it just so happens that this last part of the trek to get to Shadowdale becomes a downhill slope.
Hell yes.
And the cart flies over the dragon, lands onto the rest of this slope, and starts to skid away a lot faster. The poor Drake is being dragged in the snow, and the rest of you are holding on for dear life. Roangark still holding on to the back as Lily tries to uncover the rest of her body to go get her. And as it starts to pick up speed, the dragon, you can hear in the background,
No!
and as the car starts to get as the slope starts to even out, or level out rather, you start to see lights flickering within 300 feet of you. And with
As
one
we were flying
final
down this
attempt,
slope, my tongue like came out and was like flapping up above my head.
So, as the cart starts to pull into Shadowdale, the dragon flies, swoops down, unleashes its breath weapon. But it's only close enough to hit just Rongark based on his roll. And Rongark screams in pain. And Lily, as you finally reach to the back, you see his hand give way, and you reach out and you're able to grab him and hold on to him barely. The sled now skids to the edge of the town, and you can see the dragon's shadow flying up.
You may win this time, and I'll be back to collect. Enjoy your time in Shadowdale while it lasts.
And the dragon...
Can't wait to see you again.
The dragon flies away. 3 of you are perfectly fine. Rongark, roll a death saving throw for me, please.
How you doing back there, Rongark?
I'll do it properly.
Yeah.
You hear like blood squirting and coughing, and
I scamper on all fours back there to go help him.
Okay.
No.
You can all have one action before he makes another death save.
I scamper back there to go and heal him.
Okay.
Oh.
Unless somebody else wants to do something else.
Oh no.
I'm still under the snow.
Because even though it was private, we all know exactly what happened. We all know exactly what happened.
Well, no, Robbie doesn't. He's buried under snow.
I love
Yeah,
hugs.
I'll lay on hands him for one. I don't know where my pool is.
If you go to your attributes, just make one of those resources the pool.
Okay.
I don't remember how much you get.
I get my level times 2, I think. Anyways,
Oh, it's
I'll heal him
paladin
for
level
1
times 5.
times
So you
5?
have. That's what it says.
60?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Paladins are so broken. So I have 59.
So Rongarg, you have a HP.
And as he's like getting up, Brady, I do something.
Okay.
But I'll tell you.
As this is going down, this is what you hear under the snow.
Hi, I'm Robbie. Hi, I'm Robbie. I like hugs. Be friends until the end. That's why you shouldn't disrespect dragons.
So Rongark, you come to, but your vision is very hazy. You're shivering. You're freezing. You can feel, it almost feels as if the blood inside of your veins has come to a halt.
yeah.
But you open your eyes and you see these 2 eyes just fucking going in all sorts of directions. One of them may be staring at you. But the one thing you do notice is a tongue sticking out as it looks at you and says what Joe just said.
I use my remaining strength to grab him by the neck. You idiots.
Excuse me?
When I try to weakly like slam against the cart, but you know, it's like I'm too weak to do anything.
Oi! Oi! Hey! Guys, come on! Come on! Dragon's gone, but we got new folk. I think one's injured. You guys start to hear people coming out of their houses, Doors starting to slam. You see torches being lit, and a dwarf runs up towards you guys. Aye! Are you all right?
Do I look all right?
Oi, this one's injured. Hurry! I need help! We got an injured! And as he shouts that, a couple more dwarfs come up and they look over, assess the situation. They brought over with them a stretcher, essentially, and they put it down and they roll Rumgark. They start to layer him in different towels, furs, and blankets. We'll take care of him for you. We'll meet you at the tavern. Or we'll send someone to the tavern to come and get you. They pick up Rumgark and they start to head off into the blizzard. But you can see the faint shadows of buildings from beyond. As they run off, a woman comes by. Where is she? There she is. A woman comes by in plate mail, has her helmet underneath her shoulder. That was a nasty attack from the Great White Dragon of the North. I'm actually quite surprised that she didn't eat you all.
She?
Yes, that's Galanthara.
They swoon.
She's been plaguing our town for the last few days. I believe it's out of boredom. We gave her everything that she required before the winter.
You guys like her?
No, not particularly. She extorts our poor town, especially in the harshest portions of the winter, demanding that we give her tribute when we do not have enough for our own.
Do you do it?
Well, of course, we have no choice. Otherwise, we would all become
Good.
food.
Good.
Lily hears. Sounds like some pussies, a lot of them.
Yeah.
I assume
is
she
he
hears
still in
that in
the
her
snow?
head.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
sorry.
believe he is still in the head. It's still covered in snow.
Okay, so my character... Can I dig him out or look for him in the snow?
Yeah, you start heading towards the front where you last saw him. Start digging, and you don't see him.
Oh man, Robbie, where are you?
I like hugs.
He's freaking dead.
You turn around, Lily, from where you are, and a little bit to the left, you can see just a couple strands of orange hair poking out of the snow.
I found you. Can I dig up?
Yep.
Brush away the snow there.
As you dig up, you start to see the face, and as you dig a little bit more, you just see the head.
I grab him by the head.
And as you pull it out, there's no body attached.
Oh no. I set the head down and look for his body. Dig for his body.
Okay. As you're doing that, one of the dwarfs, "Oi, you looking for your doll?" And he comes up and starts to shovel through the snow. "Let me help you, lass."
Oh, thank you.
As he's digging with you, the woman looks to you, Wiggle, Might I ask exactly what it is you've come to Shadowdale for? Especially in the middle of a blizzard.
Yes, you may ask.
Okay, so I do, and what would you answer?
You know, I kind of forgot.
She looks towards Lily, and as you're digging, you find a arm. And the dwarf ends up finding a leg. Oi, how many pieces to this doll?
What could I say that wouldn't get us in trouble? We seek shelter and friends.
Oh, that wouldn't get you in trouble, but unless you came here to extort us for your own bidding, like the cultist are, then I'd say you're relatively safe.
Cultist?
Yes. Let us seek the rest of your pieces of doll, and I'll take you to... About the sneeze hole.
Isn't I?
Bless you.
That's what she
That
said.
allergies
Yeah,
in the
that's
season are pretty bad.
that's what the woman does. She sneezes. Sorry, the cold gets to me. Let's find the pieces to your doll, and I'll take you to the Old Skull Inn where we can discuss it further. And she and two more dwarves start to dig in the snow, and after 20 seconds or so of digging, you find the rest of the pieces of Robbie, and they help you repair them and put them back together.
I guess that explains why he wasn't doing anything.
I mean, it is a doll.
Press it in.
Hey, so that guy is definitely dead, right? Romberger.
No, I believe he was alive, but he was on the verge of death. My men have taken him to the infirmary, where they will warm him up and tend to his wounds. To come face to face with a white dragon of such, and to be able to take its ice breath like that is rather remarkable that he is alive.
Spoon. Again.
So they lead you to the Old Skull Inn, and you can't really tell much from this place, mainly because of the blizzard. It makes it to where the details of the town aren't really well known. But as you are walking up towards the door, you walk inside, and there's quite a few people spread out through the tavern, and there's a giant bonfire in the very middle of the tavern that radiates heat. As you walk into the door swings around, almost hitting the wall, but as it does, or as it would, you hear it like a thud, and you hear, "Oof! Ah! 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 Ooh! Quit it." As the woman walks in, opens the door a little bit, and you see a gentleman with a winter hat, covered in a blanket that looks pretty raggedy and dirty, and he curls up and goes, "Ooh, ooh, useless drunk. Shall we find a table? Would you like some food, perhaps?"
Yeah.
We could eat something.
Okay, so
Can
as
I
you
poke
guys
at the
walk
guy on the
in,
ground? Oh, sorry.
yeah, sure, no, yeah. Anytime you want to do something, just speak up. I usually prefer you guys to do that, and then I'll get back to what I'm saying.
Okay, I like to poke him.
Okay. So you head over towards the gentleman as he curls back up into his blanket, and you poke him. Oh, oh, oh,
What's wrong with you, mister?
oh, you hurt me. You, hmm. You've got food, yes?
No. But they have food.
Oh, oh, the pain. Oh,
jeez, what a whiner. So you hear that in your head, Louis.
ale, ale. I need ale for the pain. Oh.
Oh, shut him up.
Would you like to see my doll? And I hold Robbie out in front of him.
There's your doll.
Hi, I'm Robbie. We're your friend to the end. Heidi ho.
Ale. I need
like
ale.
hugs.
I need ale. And then as the man starts to focus, he sees you holding this doll in front of him, and he looks it up and down. Demon! Demon! And he backs up in the corner and is trying to like move away as far back as he can, covering up most of his face with the blanket and staring with these bulging eyes, staring at this doll in utter fear.
Hey, Brady, are there any people looking right now?
Oh, there's everybody looking.
Okay, never mind then.
What is that supposed to mean?
And
just gonna murder this man.
and the woman that is leading you guys, she slams her helmet onto the table. Enough. And she walks and gets in between Lily and this man. She turns around to Lily and goes, "Would you please not bother the town drunk? He's already a burden as he is."
Okay.
A bird and what?
Perhaps it was a mistake. No, I'm sorry. It's been a rough few days. How about drinks? Does anyone wants one? Are you even old enough? As she looks at Lily.
I've had drinks before.
Robbie turns his head towards her.
Let's be friends.
I just laugh maniacally. I don't know.
That sounds like a fake laugh.
Yeah, sorry.
So the woman calls out, Silvermane, if we could get 3 meals and 3 ales and 1 for the drunk so he'll shut up. And you hear a woman in the back. She comes out. Aye, I'll get that for you. Any of you not fancy meat? We've got vegetarian options.
Meat, please.
Meat, please.
Right away. And she curtsies and goes to the back. And she ends up coming back a few minutes later. And she puts a piping hot bowl of beef stew in front of each of you. And a large pitcher of ale with 3 empty glasses around it. And then she walks away. And then she goes and grabs another ale and hands it to the drunk. And then as you watch, the drunk is still staring at the doll, but as she approaches, you see his eyes like quickly like look towards the ale, back to the doll, look to the ale, back to the doll, and it starts to increasingly fixate on the ale before he forgets the doll's even there. And he brings out his hands very slowly and shakedly, and as he caresses the mug and brings it closer, he takes a sniff. Oh, sweet nectar of the gods. And starts to guzzle down the ale. Oh.
Robbie's eyes slowly shift towards him, but then goes back to looking at space.
Well, that shut him up. I got you. Roan Gark. Okay. So, as you guys are sitting there, I do apologize. I forgot to introduce myself. I am Lady Kara Solwood, the lady of the town, at least currently. And who all are you?
Well, I'm Lily, and this is Robbie. Holds the doll in front of her.
That's a lovely doll. Did you make it yourself?
No.
Or did your parents have it made for you? It's quite remarkable engineering. How does it speak?
I don't know.
My guess is a wizard.
Robbie, it'll be friends to the end. Hidey-ho.
It's a little off-putting, honestly, the way it stares at you blankly. But
Speaking of,
and I'm assuming Wiggle.
is just staring with one eye.
Okay. Where's the other eye looking? Just 8-balling?
Around, yeah.
And my name's Wiggle.
And you've come to Shadowdale for any particular reason?
A quest.
Ah, adventurers. My, it's been quite some time since we've had adventurers come through. Did you come to retrace the steps of Elminster, perhaps?
I don't
Or
know.
perhaps maybe to see the glories of Maine's Bane? Or Maine's Bend?
I think we came here to get a cup.
Oh. Well, perhaps, if you are adventurers, perhaps maybe you can help us out.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not exactly sure what our quest is because the person that was talking to us had a really echoey voice and it was hard to pay attention.
Oh. Well, I apologize, but I guess until you figure out what exactly it is you're looking for, we happen to be having some issues with cultists in the area. I believe they're trying to resurrect an evil god or some sort, and they've been kidnapping our people for who knows what, rituals, sacrifices.
Oh. Cult. Do they have a name?
We call them the Banites because they worship the god of Bane, one of the evil three, or the dead three.
Oh yes.
I was wondering what would break first. Actually, hold on, check this out.
Ah, so you think the darkness is your ally? I was born in the darkness, molded by it.
Also kidding.
That's a good one. Actually sounds like it. Bane is bad. Okay. Now we got like 7 Banes.
Well, I don't mean to pry, especially after what you just went through with the white
Was
dragon.
it awesome?
I would think quite differently in your shoes, but
Our
it
cards
was
awesome. That was
it was
fun.
awesome to see you all survive, except for your friend.
Oh, how is he doing, by the way?
She shrugs and, well, got my best men on it, so I'm hopeful he'll make a speedy recovery. I've noticed that it's very, very difficult to kill adventurers, even from an ancient white.
Oh, so he was an ancient? I was gonna ask how old does my character think he is?
Yeah, it was a huge...
Gargantuan.
Yeah, gargantuan dragon.
Yikes.
Regardless, I'll leave you all to yourselves for a while. I'll go get a status of your friend. Feel free to order as much food and drink as you wish. We'll pick up the tab.
I kind of look left and right, but my eyes don't move.
You guys trying to eat lots of steak? Alright.
I usher.
Hey, barkeep,
Yes?
bring us your finest brandy and 3 T-bones.
Right away. Okay. So, the barkeep gets some steak going, but it does take about 10-15 minutes before it's out to the table. And in that time, Lady Soulwood dismisses herself to go and check on your friend, and leaves you three alone. And as she's leaving, the drunk is still asleep, but you hear him unleash this ungodly fart. It's shit. And then as that happens, Lady Soulwood goes over and kicks him. Have some manners and decency. And he, demon! And then, like, falls right back to sleep.
Oh, what a nasty fuck. Louis hears that in her head.
Hey, barkeep, bring us 3 bottles of your finest wine.
I positioned Robbie on the table so his head's like in the food.
Okay. So she stuffs Robbie's face into a portion of the steak. The barkeep comes over and puts 3 bottles of what seems to be fine wine onto the table.
How much would a fine wine bottle be worth?
Probably 5 gold.
Alright, I take the 3 bottles and I go over to a table next to us after the bartender leaves. I'm like,
Hey guys, you want some wine? I'll sell it to you for 1 gold.
What?
And so you go to the table that has 4 people. One of them, a woman, the other 3 men. And they look to be pretty beaten and battered. But they look towards you and then they look at each other and they all shake their head and they give you 3 gold pieces.
There you go.
and I come back to the table. Hey,
Thank you.
I
The
go,
woman takes a bottle for herself, pops it open, and begins to guzzle it.
And that's how you get 3 gold.
Interesting.
A scam artist, this one.
Yeah, but not a very good one.
Hey, Free go.
So as you guys sit there, the barkeep comes back every couple minutes and asks you guys if you need anything. Well, anything I can get you.
McKellen 25.
I'm sorry.
Do you have any aged whiskey or scotch?
We only have wine, unfortunately.
Okay.
And ale.
No, never mind.
Well, do you mind if I have a sit? Perhaps we can talk. Not used to seeing adventures all the time, but when they do, they usually have good stories.
Don't
And
you
you're
know what
waiting for your friend, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I know, she looks around. Everyone seems to be quite pleased. Especially that table, with the bottles of wine that I gave you. That Our Lady will surely be paying for out of her own pockets.
I'm just trying to spread the love.
That's mighty nice of you, I guess. So then what's your story?
I don't think you'd like it.
Okay then. She looks to Lily. What about your
I was
story?
born in Leia.
And then she looks back at you and seems to be quite interested in what a kobold has to say.
I was born in a layer of a wet wagon. And, but he dead now. So now I'm trying to find a new home. Everybody that I ever knowed is dead. So,
Is that a bad thing?
if everybody that I knowed is dead,
And she shakes or nods her head yes.
if everybody you knowed was dead, would that be a bad thing?
Kind of shrugs and goes, I guess it really depends on how much you liked them.
Well, I think my family was fine.
Were they all kobolds like you?
Were my relatives the same race as me?
Yeah.
No, 3 of them were monkeys. One was a doll, and a half-orc, and a human.
I guess that explains.
Hey, you could be adopted. Who knows?
Excuse me, I had to go to the bathroom.
It's that way. And she points. And as she points, the drunk gets up and starts to make his way that way as well.
Okay.
And what about your story, little one?
No, the same old story. When a man loves a woman, or when 2 people love each other, they have a child. And I was that child.
Oh, I know this story as well. Especially because I've told the story as well. And she chuckles.
Yeah, but they're dead now, so it is what it is.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that. Well, if you need anything, let me know. I'll return back with to refill your glasses. And she leaves. And Wiggle, as you get to the bathroom, the drunk stands in front of the door. And hey, man. And he starts to scratch his neck. Are you holding? You got anything for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna share?
Sure.
I can make it worth your while.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, 2 gold is 2 gold.
Hey, let's go in the bathroom.
Oh yeah. I've been there before. Yeah. He opens up the door after you.
What the hell?
Brady, can we go in a separate?
We'll be right back. All right, man. What do you have? What are you holding?
Hey, I'll give you 3 gold if you go and break their ale tankard.
Oh.
And I'll give you a bottle of wine.
You not holding anything harder?
Oh, you looking
Come on,
for
man.
blood?
Come on, man. I need my stuff. It's been so long since the caravan came through. I need my stuff. Come on, man.
What stuff?
He gets on his knees. Come on, man. I need it. I needs it. I'll do whatever. I don't care. But I needs it.
I'm gonna do. How long does this take? Oh my god, this is perfect. I'm gonna use my inspiring leader feat to give him. It's gonna take 10 minutes of like giving him inspirational quotes and speeches to boost his temporary HP by 15, and I kind of feel like that would give him a high.
Okay. So you start telling him a story. So there I was.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, if I could do it, then you could do it. And with this dragon and blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
For
So you're doing that for 10 minutes, and then he's like, oh, man. Yeah, I'll be right back.
The whole time, like, when I'm telling this story, because I have pretty high charisma, that I like have these big inflections, like, oh yeah, and then I was like, and so like
Yeah.
you could hear that through the door.
Okay. All right, I'll bring us back.
The HP rolls win.
Oh, right.
So for the next like 10 minutes, Lily, mostly, you look towards the door of the bathroom and you just hear, oh man, and you hear, oh yeah, and then you hear like some clattering and banging on the walls, and all of a sudden the door slams open, and the dude comes out and his eyes are like wide. He's like, demon, and he smashes one of the barrels of ale with his fist, cracks it straight open, and it bursts everywhere. And then he runs towards the door at super speed, not super speed, but like fast as fuck, and like opens the door and goes, I'll be back, and then he closes the door and runs away.
I like come out of the door slowly with a very accomplished look on my face. As much as a lizard dragon person could have an expression, I suppose.
The barkeeper comes back and starts to rub her forehead. Oh.
No, your barrel! It's broken!
He's done it again, huh? Did you give him the stuff?
I don't even know what stuff is.
That homeless man has been plaguing this town for quite some time now. And there's caravans that come bringing illicit goods. And they trade with him. And he gets high. And then he starts breaking stuff. We've tried to get rid of him, but he just won't go. Whenever we throw him in the dungeon, somehow he gets out. And winds up sleeping on someone's roof in the middle of the night. We'd hoped that he'd freeze to death, but he keeps coming back. If you gave him some stuff, I'm not gonna be mad about it, but I'd like to know the truth.
I just told him a story.
It sounded an awful lot more than a story going on in there.
Well,
And if you really want that type of fun, you should go to Mother Terra's Fest Hall.
I'm really good at telling stories.
Hey, Lily, you should put me outside.
Oh. I take Robbie outside and set him down.
And he sits there. Do you stay outside with him?
No, I go back inside.
Okay. Well, the barmaid begins to clean up the smashed ale casket. And Wiggle comes back over the door, or to the table. And Lily also comes back to the table, but Robbie's nowhere to be seen.
You were in there for a long time. Is it a poop?
Yeah, it was a poop.
Ah.
It was weird that we got done at the same time.
Huh? I was outside.
Oh,
It's still nice and chilly out.
maybe that woman shouldn't disrespect me like that. In my kind. She wouldn't have broken. Anyways. What? Where's the doll? What?
So has the doll not moved on its own?
Correct.
Okay.
All it's done is its voice line so far.
Well, I wonder if our new Grogu's dead. Do you guys think that Rongark is dead? I think he's dead.
Oh, he was breathing when we last saw him.
Do you trust these guys and their medical professionals?
Not really.
Seems
But I
like
can't do him any better.
I could.
You can save him?
Oh yeah.
Then what are you doing here?
Well, he was a jerk.
True.
He said he didn't like dragons.
Huh. You got a point there.
That basically was saying he doesn't like me, and I already healed him when I first met him. And he said he thought I looked useless. What am
Well, you just
I didn't
gotta
let him
prove
die.
wrong.
I tried. I made it so he didn't die, bleeding out. I just didn't heal him all the way.
Oh, but he's probably just a dummy and is slow.
Ah, he'll take him an hour and he'll be right as rain. He just
Hey,
needs a
man.
little breather.
Hey, man. And you look behind you and that drunk is back. But
Oh.
Robbie didn't see him come through the front door. And Lily, you've been watching Wiggle the whole time. And you blink and unblink and he's right there. Hey, man, you got any more of that stuff? It wore off already, man. Come on now.
I want to use my divine sense on this fella.
Okay.
Let me make sure I read what it does correctly.
Little girl, you got anything hiding in your doll? You holding? You brought anything with
Hiding
you?
in my doll?
Yeah,
don't
man.
know. I never checked.
Yeah,
Maybe you
so
should.
Where's
I'll
the
use
doll? We'll
this.
open it up. We'll find out.
He's outside.
Okay, let's see. So you do not sense any celestial, fiend, or undead. You also don't sense the presence of any object or place that has been consecrated or desecrated. Come on,
Okay.
man. You gotta have something, man. You guys came from the city? The city's
Already
always
wore
got
off.
something.
That was like 2 minutes ago, man.
Come on, man. I need my fix. I need something. Where's your doll? Let's open it up. It's starting to get itchy in here, isn't it? You feel that? And he starts scratching his head and his body all over. Oh, man, it's really getting itchy. Oi, you!
Let's go outside.
And the drunk peers over, and the barkeep's come out with a rolling pin, and she smacks it on her hand. Hey, man, he told me to do it. And he starts running for the door really quickly, opens it, leaves it open this time, runs past the doll, stops for a second, looks, comes up to it. Hey, man, you holding? Come on now. And he starts to sniff. No. Yeah, you gotta be holding something.
Friends until the end.
Friends don't get you high. And he starts to run away. As the barkeep comes outside and it's like, and you stay out.
I want to watch where he ran off to.
You can see for a little bit, and then his shadow disappears into the blizzard. Who left this doll out here? She grabs the doll and looks at it, and then brings you back inside and places it with Lily. You seem to have misplaced your doll, lass.
Well, there you are, Robbie.
It's almost like as if he's got a mind of his own, huh? She walks away.
I like hugs.
So at this point, a few hours start to pass, and the tavern starts to fill with people, and then people leave. New faces come, old faces leave, and eventually the light starts to dim outside as it comes closer and closer to dusk. Lady Soulwood at some point does come back though. Finds you all sitting there stuffed. If you want to be drunk, you can be drunk at this point because they've supplied you with plenty of alcohol. But she comes forward. Your friend is going to make a recovery, but it doesn't seem that he'll be ready until perhaps tomorrow at the earliest and a few days from now at the latest.
Okay.
Can we offer you a place to stay while you wait for his recovery?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Well, I'll make sure the barmaid knows that you are all to receive your own room. And if you wish, the blizzard seems to be dying down at this point. If you wish to explore some of the other locations in our humble town, of course, feel free. And if you have any questions, I plan to have a drink or two before heading off to my quarters.
In the meantime, could you fix our wagon?
That's a good point. I'll go make sure that I've got a group of men that can start making the repairs at once.
Oh,
As it does seem that you were able to distract the dragon before she destroyed anything, so we are very much appreciative. She nods her head and walks out, and you can hear her kind of shouting,
watch
gathering
out,
a
he
group of
bites.
people.
He bites.
Wait, what?
Yeah, his steed is still there, attached to the cart.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't actually bite. I just wanted them to think that it bites.
Beautiful. So as y'all sit there, looking around, and the bar is starting to get less and less peaceful in it as the night goes on. Eventually, Lady Soulwood returns and comes up to your table. I have some men repairing the cart. They should have it done by tomorrow. Outfitted with new wheels, as well as their cover to aid you during the winter.
Cool. Can you put spinning rims?
I don't believe we have the capabilities here. I apologize.
No worries. Thought I'd ask.
Perhaps is there anything or anyone that you're looking for while you wait in this town? If you're not here for this town specifically, perhaps I can give you directions.
Lily? Robbie?
I like playtime. Playtime is for fun.
Okay, Brady, I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember what I couldn't hear very well when she was talking. So I don't really know what we're supposed to do.
Gotcha. You're supposed to meet somebody at this very tavern that goes by the name TB.
That's right. At this tavern. Okay.
Tuberculosis.
Tom Brady.
Do you know anybody by the name of TB?
Just TB? Is it short for something?
Probably.
She scratches her chin. No, I don't believe that I do. The only person that I know of that could possibly match that description, maybe Tharanel? Is it male or female?
Yes.
I think it's kind of rude for you to assume that at this point in time.
Well, I can go and ask my scouts, but
What's
no.
the drunk guy's name?
She shrugs. I'll be honest, I don't even think that we've ever asked.
Yeah, it's probably him.
I highly doubt it. He's been here for years and has been incredibly useless. Every time we try to throw him in jail, somehow he finds a way out. Every time we escort him back to the main city, he finds his way back here. We've even thrown him off of a cliff. She seems to stop. I mean, we saw him fall off a cliff, and he came back somehow. Anyway.
Do you want me to try and get rid of him?
No. At this point, we just feel that it's probably something we've done that this karma has come to seek justice. Although I don't know what it could be. We're already being tormented by a dragon, and now the Banites.
Tormented? I don't think so. Consider yourselves lucky.
I do, actually, so. But the night is getting, well, I'm starting to get weary through the nights. I believe it is time for me to leave. I will check on your fellow in the morning, and I will come to find you all to let you know how he is doing.
Okay.
Okay. So she leaves. Let's see. Why is my... weird.
I really want to kill that bum.
Who do you say that to?
Lily. Where the fuck did he go?
I don't know. He disappeared.
And
We
every
need to
time she
find-
speaks, Wiggle, you do hear her say whatever it is she says. Since she can't speak back into his mind.
Just talking out loud.
It's not the weirdest thing, so. You gotta talk to yourself? Yeah, it's fine.
That Wiggle. He almost screwed us over big time with that dragon. Sure you can trust him?
That's a good question.
I need to test his loyalty if we're going to be traveling with him. Make sure he's real trustworthy. Sounds like he would give us up at any chance he gets. Keep an eye on him.
Okay. Will do.
Get a sense of any sort of betrayal or selling us out, I'll slit his fucking throat immediately.
Okay.
It's a good question, Joe. So, as you guys are sitting there, another couple hours pass by, and the barkeep comes over. Well, it's starting to get late. Here's the keys to your rooms. They'll be upstairs, at the end of the hallway. You're welcome to stay down here as long as you'd like, but do you have any last calls, any last requests for foods or drink?
I could take a midnight snack.
Yeah, I'll whip you up something delicious then. And for you? She looks at Wiggle.
Eggs.
We can do that. How do you like your eggs?
Raw.
Do you want the shell on or off?
On.
And any drink?
Eggs'll do.
Robbie says to her head, "You should bring a bone from one of those steaks over here to this table."
You say that to the barmaid?
In her head.
And she like is looking at Wiggle, and then she looks around. Okay. So you want a bone too? How did you make your voice so deep?
Wait, you talking to me?
You're the one that wanted a bone, right?
Nobody wants a bone.
I'm pretty sure I heard you say you wanted a bone. She looks towards Lily. He said that, right?
Huh?
I think that drunk guy wanted my bone.
I thought you gave him your bone.
I'll be back. And she leaves the table.
Excuse me? No. I told you, I just told him a story.
You hear...
Wiggle,
Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
in Wiggle's head, you hear,
Oh, there they go laughing again.
So suddenly there's a bang under your table. Oh man! And crawling out from under the table, Jeffrey, if you'd like to introduce your actual character.
So you see this. You see this individual with very, very decrepit looking, emaciated, very, very smelly. He has a lot of white powder and cracked lips and white powder on his face and lips, and you see him pull out this little paraphernalia, and he's like, now where did I put it? And he starts reaching around. He's like, oh, here it is. And he pulls out this little pouch, and he pulls out this little white rock, and he chips off a piece and puts it in the paraphernalia, and starts to lighten up. And then you see him sort of smoking in the corner. He's like, oh yeah, that's that's good stuff. And he then like a wave of like relaxation or like I don't know, or relief washes over him. You can visibly see it, and he walks towards the rest of the group and says, "Well, hello there. Where are you from?"
Is this the same crackhead, right?
It's the same one.
It is the
Okay.
same crackhead. Well, hello there. Where are you from?
Yeah.
Oh, here and there.
Oh, what the fuck?
I ain't seen you around here before.
Definitely not from here.
You got some white stuff around your lips, and it's not
Oh,
giving
I
me,
missed a spot. Oh, thank you. And I start like licking my lips. Oh,
not making me look very good.
I've never seen you guys before. Well, where you from?
You wouldn't want to know.
Oh, okay.
I hail from Red Dragon's lair,
Dragon.
but he's
Okay.
dead.
Oh, they did? They have
Yeah.
good stuff?
Hmm?
I hear dragons, they smell real good. They have any stuff on them? You got something on you?
No.
Yeah. Come on.
But you got some on your lips.
Oh, I'm saving them for later.
I think the doll has some.
The doll? What doll? And look over. Demon! Get that thing away from me! And I try to pick up the doll and throw it.
How many people are in this bar right now?
Oh
You
god.
guys and the barkeeper is in the back.
So as he's holding me and getting ready to try and throw me, you just all of a sudden you just see my facial expression turn super aggressive. And he's super aggressive. And all of a sudden I try to wrap my hands around his throat. And you say, "Ah, you stupid bitch! Ah! Ah!"
I am going to.
Legs flailing.
I'm still learning how to do these things, but I'm going to. I want to say there's something I can do to like disengage as a key point, right?
As a bonus action, yeah.
You're a drunken monk. That is amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a key step of the wind to disengage, and get like as far back away as possible.
Okay. So first, let's have you both do a grapple contested check against each other.
Is it strength
so
or?
It's either acrobatics or athletics, dealer's choice.
I will acrobatics that shit. Do you want me to? I'll just do public. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do public. I'll make dang. So as Robbie's little hands wrap around Tyrone's neck, Tyrone like puts his thumb in his mouth,
You did not make
sucks
his
it
last name
in.
Big Gums. Oh my god.
He puts his thumb in his mouth and he sucks on it real quick, and you watch his neck shrink, which gives him enough time to get out of Robbie's grip and disengage and run to the other side, jump on a table, and go into like a monk fighting pose or something like that.
As he drops me, is there anything like, oh no, like shelving or like a bench or something anywhere?
There's plenty of chairs. There is a bench.
All right, I want to, like, as he's dropping me, I want to like conveniently fall on my back and like conveniently roll under something.
Okay. So he drops, he stops, and he rolls underneath the table.
I scream, "Ah! I knew it! That demon! I've seen that thing before somewhere. Just can't remember. Okay. Y'all see that? Think, what for me?
What's all the ruckus out here? You!
What? Hey! What? I didn't do anything. Y'all was being so mean to me. I was trying to lighten this place up. Need some more class in here. And I straighten my suit jacket, and like you see like a little patch on it, but you guys gotta get closer to see it. And I.
Is he bothering you, ma'am? As he looks
I ain't
at,
bothering
or as she
nobody.
looks at Lily. I didn't
making
ask
friends.
you.
I feel like
No.
if it involves me, you should be asking me.
He's fine. Crazy, but fine.
Fine. Don't share none of this with him now. And she puts 5 raw eggs in front of Wiggle. And she puts a nice bowl of soup in front of you, Lily.
I start creeping closer. That smells mighty good.
She draws a knife from her pocket. You stay back now. It ain't for you. You gotta earn your keep.
Easy now. I mean no harm, nobody. I'm
This
just
is
trying to make
her
some friends.
food. You ain't gonna steal from no little girl
wasn't
and her
gonna
little
steal.
lizard friend.
I wasn't gonna.
Hi, I'm Robbie. I like hugs.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that shit? That is not natural.
She looks underneath the chair that she's right under, or right next to, and Robbie's sitting on the on his back, staring up at the barkeep. Oh, you seem to have lost your doll again, miss.
I shit you not. When I was in
You like to
Seattle
play hide and seek.
the other day, I watched a owner of a tobacco store shoo out a crackhead with a broom. So this is
It's
It happened
accurate.
right in front of me when I was waiting in line to go to the concert. This in front of this tobacco shop. This crackhead walked in, talking like this, and he goes in to like, they let me see your Vax card. He's like, I ain't got, and then they grab a broom and they pushed him out and shoot him.
That's gold.
So this
That's
is too
really
real.
funny.
This is too real.
That's actually hilarious.
Sorry.
I edge my way closer to the table, and do I see an open seat, Brady?
Oh yeah.
And I look to the unnamed lizard and the unnamed girl, and I say, "May I?"
Oh, I
And
don't
motion
know.
towards the
That's
table.
Robbie's seat.
Well, what about this one over here? May I?
I don't know, Wiggle. Do we trust him?
Yeah, oh, he seemed fine to me. Just don't touch my eggs.
No, that's your ex. That's your ex.
I put one in my mouth and I just bite into it.
Crunchy.
I think I got a little something for myself here. As I'm still smoking my my pipe, and I pull out, like I'm just wearing like common clothes with like a suit top, and I reach into my suit top and I pull out like a bottle, I've been saving this for a special occasion, but I mean, might as well be now. And I start drinking like a fifth of some booze.
Hey, so what's your name?
My name.
I'm Wiggle.
Well, what?
I'm Lily.
You know, people call me Tyrone. Tyrone Bigham.
I write with my one of my claws T on the table.
What's your last name?
Well, what's it to you?
It would be your last name to me.
Well, what's your last name?
Waggle.
Okay. Well, what do you want my last name for?
Wiggle waggle.
You looking for someone?
Yeah.
Hmm?
I think so.
They
Yeah.
around here?
I'm looking for a TQ is his last name.
TQ? I know no TQ. No, sir. No, sir. No TQ. You sure
I
it's
thought
TQ?
it was TB.
Oh, TB.
Nope. No. Oh, TB. Oh, I know a TB.
Yeah. It's
I know
probably
him.
you.
Because he's me. And I reveal my patch that's like a very shittily sewed on TB onto my like suit jacket top.
Yeah, the B looks like the number 6. And the T looks like the top is falling off of it, and it's borderline the 7.
I embroidered this myself.
Yeah, we can tell. I'm gonna guess, since nowadays you get your last name from things that you accomplish or aspects of yourself. Let me see you smile.
Well, that's gonna cost extra.
I kind of, when I was talking, I noticed something about him. I say,
Is your last name Big Gums?
Why, yes it is. That's me.
Really?
Well, yes. Are you looking for me?
Yeah.
Oh, that lady. She talked to me. She gave me this big old well, I don't want to show you. You might take it, but okay, I'll show you a little. And I pull out my little coin purse, converted into a crack purse.
Yeah, so you see a couple white stones.
These my prized possessions. I can get high on these for minutes. Then I put it away. That white lady, she gave me these. She said to look out for a group of people. They told me to meet them here. I've been waiting, but no one to come up to me.
She said look for a group of people when there's a 10-year-old, a kobold, and a doll.
Well, listen. I don't really. My memory gets fuzzy. You know, if I don't, you know, take these. I pull out the bag and start looking at it and start drooling a bit. You know, if I don't take these every few hours, I get my memory gets foggy. I get itchy. I'm not myself. Okay, so maybe you did see me before, but I don't remember you guys until now. So well, clearly you're here to see me. Let's talk business. And I kind of kick back in the chair, you know, kind of adjust my suit. I like lean back, my feet are on the table. So what you coming here for? What you want from Tyrone Biggums?
We need help getting an artifact.
Oh, an artifact. One of those pick-me-ups, or not pick-me-ups. There's a little ways away from here, I know of. Well, what's in it for you? What's it to you guys? What do you want that for?
We don't.
The lady wants it.
Oh, was it that white lady?
The porcelain lady? Yeah.
Yeah, that
white lady. Looks like a cup.
That white
It's
bitch.
fancy. One of those rich folk have.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's the one.
Okay. So, what's she gonna do with that cup? You give it to her, and then what?
Probably get a reward.
Oh.
Yeah.
Could probably get you some crack.
And I like my eyes enlarge, and I just kind of like stop, I'm not looking at this, but I'm looking like back and forth between you guys, and I just like quickly snap back to a point where like my clothes like seem to be like real. It's like when you snap back to like looking at something, and glasses like are still in the previous position. Like
Oh
that fast.
yeah.
Oh
Like a cartoon, like Wile E. Coyote.
yeah. Oh. Oh, so you guys are holding. I knew it. I smelt it on you. You gonna share? You know, a little bit. I look back. You know, 2 goals, man. You know what I mean? You catch my.
You think you smell it on us, but that's just because it's under your lip right there, and you can smell it all the time.
Yeah, save it for later. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I've had it rough. These people in this town, they don't like me at all. They treat me like crap. Like shit. They kick me out of all these houses. Man, I made so many friends here, and then they weren't my friends. I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, like, one time, this very nice couple, they let me in their home because I needed to study for this real estate exam, and I studied for weeks, and I passed. Then you know, they didn't even stick around to see me graduate, and they went on their merry way on a vacation, and they just left me, you know, with their home. Then they came back all mad.
Are we the only ones in here right now, Brady?
Correct.
I may have sold their house under them, and I may or may not have got 450 gold for it, and I may or may not have, you know, made a big party, a big crack party, had crack up to here. And I like on the table, I have like 3 feet, like where my hand is from the like base of the table. It was great. Last me a week.
You are way cooler than our other guy.
Robbie turns his head towards you. Listen here, Tyrone Biggums. And then he like
freeze.
It's
I'm
big
ice cold.
gums.
Big gum.
And I look at the little girls are breathing. He's talking.
He then gets up like all toddler like.
And I like just
Yeah.
back in my chair as much as possible, like wide-eyed and not breathing.
Yeah, it was me talking.
I try to like kind of lower myself in my chair as possible, as far as I can go.
You listen here.
Is that?
And I pull out my hammer and get ready to smash.
I'm just
What do
eating
you
this.
want with me?
He pull.
I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing. I pull my pockets.
Pull-
There's like
I
nothing.
pull out
in
my
there.
dagger and point it at Wiggle. You stay right there. I got business with this guy.
So I can cut you a deal. One gold piece. 1 gold piece. That's all. I'll lower my price for you. Special offer. 1 time off. 1 silver. 1 silver. Don't hold me. Don't hold me.
See, if this was any other situation, I would have slit your fucking throat right now. But we need you.
You need me. Oh, that changes everything. I get back in my seat.
Because you're that TB, you need to help us get that fucking artifact.
Of course I am. I'm the main man around here. I know everything around this town. Been here for years.
She seems like she gets around, so I'd rather oblige her needs.
That's
Just something
mighty,
you might be able to get for me.
mighty smart of you. I'm glad we could come to this agreement. I like straighten my coat as I sit back up in the chair. So, where are we going? Like, where do you want to start? Which artifact you looking for?
I was hoping you can tell us.
Boy, I know where a lot of artifacts are, and you know which one you're going for. You gotta come to me with that information. That's what people usually do around these parts.
Robbie turns his head over to Wiggle. You know where we're supposed to find that fucking artifact?
Yeah, there's several different locations. They're not all
Yeah.
one spot.
It's a vase. Or a
Vase.
vase.
Oh, a vase. Oh, okay. And not one from like their rich folks' house over there, across the street.
Probably. That's what you're telling us.
No. You want one of the special ones. The white lady wouldn't want some rich folks, fancy, embroidered. No, she wants one of them in those dungeons. One of those over
Yeah,
there.
that-
Okay.
Yeah. That,
Okay,
that one's
okay.
Robbie puts his dagger back into his jumpsuit and walks over towards Lily, and like jumps on her lap. Well, when you guys figure out where we're supposed to go, I'll be here.
I pat its head.
And goes back into doll mode.
So are you guys like a thing?
He's my dog.
He says in his head, in Wiggle's head, "No, we're not a fucking thing. She's a little girl and I just so happen to be a doll. It makes sense."
Yeah, and she's hanging around with the kobold and now a crackhead. That makes sense.
Just roll with it.
Okay.
And try not to bring us any more fucking attention.
You're the
Got
fucking
enough
talking
as is.
doll.
Not currently. I'm in your head right now.
Oh.
As he's like looking at space, like with that smile on his face, like usual.
All right. Tyrone. Where's this dungeon thing? You're coming with us.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We have crack.
Take us. Take us to the tomb.
And I slap my hands together. I get up, start stretching. You hear my back just popping in all sorts of places. Sounds like a cement mixer. It's like, okay, I gotta limber up first before we get on our venture. Well, first we gotta go over to that feast hall. I know information. I gotta, you know, I know ways of knowing. Well, we gotta head over to the feast hall first. Well, what you waiting for? Come on.
Did you get up?
Yeah, do you not see me limbering up as I do like deep like arm like hand to toe stretches? You know, standing up. We're going.
I start to stretch too, and I kind of sploot on the ground. I'm on my belly, and all four of my limbs and my tail go straight up.
So
one eye is fixated on Tyrone, and the other's wiggling.
So I gotta ask, what are you? Are you like a dog?
Can you not see the great dragon features that I have?
Nah, you look like a talking dog. I mean, you got these weird bug eyes. I mean, I ain't seen no dog with bug eyes before, but I usually don't see many dogs around here. They come in sometimes. Sometimes they'll be my friends for a few months, but then they kind of run off because I fight them over scraps. Anyway, I look over to Lily. So, little girl, you ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Are you telling me that dragons look like dogs?
Yes. I mean, I'm not sure how much clearer I have to be, but that is what I said, yes. Well, anyway, you seem to be intensely staring at me, so I'll use this moment
Trying
to
really hard. He's trying.
and I take out my little my pipe and I start smoking again, Brady.
All right.
And then I offer I go over to Wiggle and say, "You look tense. You want hit?"
Yeah, let me see your thing.
Okay. Do we roll, Brady, or no? Or no? What's the action to share? Is it the?
Oh, to
okay,
share your pipe?
Yeah, I think it's just pass the bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you share the pipe with adjacent creature, allowing it to take an extra bonus action on its turn. if his creature's also crackhead monk, they may not share the bowl back with you as
It's actually a crackhead monk.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
No,
homebrew.
I don't want to take a hit of the pipe. I want to get his kit.
What?
Your kit
What kit?
that had all the crack in it.
Oh, he tries to steal your bag.
Okay, well.
I don't try to steal it. I'm asking to do it myself.
What you put your hand out there for? What you
So,
want?
yeah, you can share the bowl.
You can take this. I ain't giving you my stash. You crazy? I hand him the pipe.
I'm good.
Okay. And I look over to Lily. What about you, little girl? You want some? And
What
then
is
I start to pass the Lily the crack pipe.
Share the bowl.
I mean, little girl, little chitlin. Let me warn you right now. Don't do drugs. But that being said, you want some?
No, that's okay.
What about your
Boys
doll over
I'm
there?
angry.
And I pick up the doll. He looks like he needs a hit. And I pick up the doll and then I put the crack pipe in his mouth.
The bartender comes out.
I instantly
That
snap,
is
too.
enough. And she starts running over towards you with the with the rolling pin again.
I see this and I take the dash action and I run out of the place and I start saying, "You guys follow me!"
As he runs out, she goes, "I'm telling y'all, making a mistake with him."
You're not wrong, but bye.
Yeah, but he's the guy we're looking for.
You're looking. Oh, I guess I've seen it all now. And she just looks at you all disappointed as you walk out and follow Tyrone.
How are you disappointed?
Y'all
What
better
did you
catch up. I'm
expect?
about to leave.
Well,
I think Robbie go after.
I just figured that adventurers were a little more.
All right, I'm leaving. And you see me like heading out even farther.
Y'all go on then. Yeah. Your rooms are ready for you when you get back. She starts cleaning up your table. Do y'all proceed to
Yeah.
follow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. As you walk outside, the blizzard's calmed down, and you can start to somewhat see the surrounding area. A lot of, pretty much all the houses look like the ones you see on the background there. All the lamps, instead of being an orangish color, they're all red flames. And it makes it a lot easier to see things from what you're able to notice. And Tyrone starts leading you guys to the fest hall. I believe that's what you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as you get there, there's a gentleman waiting outside. And Tyrone starts to walk in, and he looks him up and down. As Wiggle comes by, he kind of squints and is generally confused as to what a kobold's doing. But as Lily comes by, he stands up and goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, little girl. This ain't no place for someone your age."
Oh, no, it's okay. And I slap my hands together and I start doing some hand signs that start saying some stuff to him like she's there with me.
Robbie, you notice this and can see that he's doing thieves' cant. And the gentleman looks Tyrone up. And he's like, "I hope you know what you're getting her into, bringing her in there."
Yeah, it'll be okay.
And he looks at the little girl, and "I'm sorry, little girl." Then he steps back and sits down and continues to monitor the door.
Come on in, guys. Make yourself at home. I start having this weird little swagger walk as like I own places to walk in.
Okay, so as you walk in, you see in the middle of this place is a large chandelier. It is a 3-story building as well. The center goes from the ground floor all the way up to the ceiling of the 3rd story, and that chandelier is hanging about halfway through that. And there's essentially balconies all around, much like a Vegas hotel in a way. There's a dance floor underneath the chandelier. There's a couple of different gambling tables to the side. There's some other tables where people can go and have a drink or relax and eat some food. And then there's a long corridor that has 2 gentlemen that are heavily armed guarding the hallway. And you can see this sort of veil of silk. And every now and then a person walks from out of there and starts walking around the different patrons, gesturing them to follow them, and they go into the back. Male and female come out of the back hallway, escorting, essentially. Tyrone, as you're looking around, you're scratching your neck, and over towards one of the gambling tables, you see the person that you're looking for.
And I stroll on over, and I say, "Well, excuse me, miss." And I do a little bow.
And she doesn't pay attention to you as she flips up the cards that are on the table and looks the gentleman across from her directly. "I raise," and puts more of her gold coins or platinum coins into the middle of the table.
And I say, I know we may have gotten off on the wrong foot last time. You may
Call.
kick me out here.
And the gentleman that's dealing the cards start flipping over cards.
And you may not be pleased with me around right now, but I come with good reason.
All in.
Come on.
And the gentleman on the other side hesitates. And he looks up towards you. And then she looks, what is your game?
Me?
And she continues to ignore you. And she's staring at the gentleman across the table from her intently. Do you call? And he looks at his cards again and looks over towards you.
I do what she says. She don't mean no. She don't play. She's serious.
And you can see her.
These scars.
You can see her sort of grip her hand into a fist. She was relaxed, and now she starts to tense. And as this man looks her up and down, he smiles and looks at you and goes, well, "Thank you for your observation." And he pushes his chips in, all in. And as the dealer flops the last of the cards, both players reveal, and she has been completely bluffing. And the gentleman takes the entire pot, and she smacks her fist down, and she goes, "TB, what is it? It better be good."
I come with some company, some acquaintances. If you do believe, we're looking for a certain something that
somewhat of what she looks like. The armor's a little different, but you can definitely see that she is a fighter of some sort. And she stands up and tilts her neck side to side with loud cracking sounds coming as she does it. She then rolls her shoulder, which crack the whole time. She puts one arm over her chest and jolts her arm, cracking it doing it on both sides. She twists her wrists. Every movement she's making is cracking something, and eventually she gets to the point where she puts her hand on both her blades at her side. Let's talk in private, shall we?
That sounds like a delightful idea. Let's go a little cozier. This place is kind of, I don't like, kind of grim. Let's go.
You guys head over to the bar, and she looks over and, well, you're all buying. Otherwise, I'm not talking to you. You just lost me a lot of money.
I kind of lean over to Wiggle and Lily and say, "Hey, I gotta run to the bank. I'm kind of low on funds. Could you guys like spot me?"
Yeah, we'll pay.
Oh, well, thank you. And then I look to everybody else. Hey, if you don't mind, and I start to like take out my crack pipe and start chip off a little piece and start smoking it.
And she draws a portion of her blade, put it away in my establishment.
Oh,
I thought I told you before.
But it's me. You know, I don't mean no harm. Come on.
If you want whatever it is you're after, you put the pipe away.
Oh, God damn it. God. Shit. Fine. I put away the crack pipe and I pull out my booze I have.
And she then you put that away too. If you're in here, you're buying what I have on sale.
Killing me.
Speaking of which, you all is paying, and she points at a couple bottles. The bartender brings them down, and then he writes a receipt and hands it to Wiggle. And it says 300 gold.
Just shrug my shoulders. Yeah. Put it on my tab.
So, we need to talk business. These fine folks over here, they're looking for a certain. I look left and right, kind of lean in, put my hand to my face, you know, so no one can see one side of it. I want to thank.
Go on. Which one are you looking for?
Of the fancy cup variety, what's that shit called? A vase. I don't know what that is, but a vase. She
starts to mumble to herself, and eventually she begins to speak, but she doesn't talk about anything that you just said. She starts to talk about things that she's learned as she's grown up. Things that she's learned as she's taken over her business from her mother, and things that she learned from that last game of Dragon's Ante that she just lost horribly. And Tyrone and Robbie, both of you pick up the thieves' cant that she is speaking. And she tells you that the location you're looking for is a couple miles to the northeast in the mountains. There's a large broken statue of a old orc god. And beneath his feet lies the entrance to the location that you're looking for. But she doesn't know anything else other than she believes this is also the location of the Banites that have been essentially plaguing the town.
What's this lady's name again, Brady?
Her name. Yeah, you know her name because you've been here a while, but it's Rashida.
Rashida, okay, that's what. Yeah.
Rashida Jones.
So I say out loud. So Rashida, do we have your express permission to go after this said artifact? I know this is your turf and all, but you know, I just want to make sure.
And she begins to talk about life in the town and life in the Thurian Empire that she used to be a part of, but left because it started to become oppressive. And then she begins to talk about the bills and things like that. And from what you gather is you're allowed to go and you're allowed to gather whatever it is you're looking for. But her demand is that you leave with nothing else alive inside so she can pick up the rest. And if she finds out that whatever is in there isn't worth her time, the tab will be paid in full.
Ma'am, can you help us or not?
I don't know. I don't really think that I want to. But perhaps TB here can let you in on a little insight. Otherwise, I believe our business here has concluded. So, if you're not here to play games, or to dance, or to find fun for the night, I suggest you leave. Good night to all of you. And she walks away after slamming a fifth of something.
As I see Rashida like walk away, like, it's great seeing you. It's great seeing you, Rashida. You know.
And fuck you too.
Oh.
She stops.
Then, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that.
And she continues to walk.
Look away. I look back. It's okay. Now let's get at it before we get kicked out.
Tyrone starts heading for the door.
Yeah, we should leave. I don't have 300 gold.
Oh yeah, fine. No, let's go.
You know, Robbie's still limp, smile on his face.
Okay, so you guys leave, and as you get outside, the wind has started to pick up. And as you're looking around, Tyrone, and the rest of you as well, actually, you notice that the very few amount of people that are outside, most of them are guards, and they are all under the lamp lights, and they're just kind of like patrolling, making sure nothing happens in the night. But they don't seem to pay you guys any mind as you just left the fest hall.
It's gonna be cold out there. You guys are ready for this trip?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go.
Okay.
Let's start walking.
Radiate. Am I able to find like a little white pebble?
Sure. As you're walking, you occasionally dig in the snow looking for a white pebble, and you eventually find one. As you notice that the street is made of cobblestone, and other various like small rocks and stuff like that.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay, so as you guys start to leave the town, you start heading towards the northeast, and Tyrone starts taking you down what looks to be like a natural trail. The snow's decently deep. It's definitely too deep for Robbie. And Wiggle actually is almost too small, so he's like hopping through it like a tiny dog would. Kind of like jump through the snow.
I might call my steed
Okay.
if it was that deep.
Yeah. Which after just like a few yards, he's like, okay, and whistles, and the Drake ends up after like 30 seconds finding his way towards you guys, and Wiggle hops up on the back of it. And you guys start trekking away.
Oh, Tyrone, look, I found some crack on my steed. And I throw it, and I purposely throw it over him, and it lands in the snow.
I immediately want to use the acrobatics check to try to catch it, Brady. And jump for it.
Roll it at disadvantage.
Let's see.
So as you reach up and try to catch it, you grab a snowflake instead, and you watch as it slips past your fingers. You try to catch it again, but you grab another snowflake, and it lands into the snow, and you dive head first into the snowbank. And you're you guys see him struggle, like moving around all of the snow in the area. His feet are wiggling, and yeah, Wiggle.
While his feet are wiggling, I'd like to try and tie his shoes together while he's struggling.
About that.
Yeah, go ahead and let him know.
I ain't wearing no shoes.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So as you go in, you're like, oh.
That lady in there's one grumpy bitch. We seriously about to do this shit?
Am I still in the snow, Brady?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't talk. So
you can. You're mumbling and stuff, so they really only hear.
Say that, how are you? She has eyes, ears everywhere. She'll cut you. Don't say that.
As far as I know, she doesn't know that I'm alive.
And I pull myself out in the snow. And I start crying because I lost the crack rock.
You come out and you're holding a clump of snow, and it melts in your hand, and you think that was your crack.
If only you had as good of a nose as a dog.
That'd be like you. What are you talking about? I'd be able to get this crack because why don't you sniff it out for me? Come on, do me a favor.
Just growl.
Okay, well, be that way.
Be careful with that stuff. You'll put an eye out.
With what?
And I say, be careful with what?
That white stuff you keep smoking can't be good for your health.
Oh, yeah, it is. I ain't good till I don't have it.
Damn.
Good and good for
know.
you. Delicious and nutritious.
So you guys walk for roughly an hour outside of town, and it gets colder, it gets darker, the wind starts to pick up, and eventually you start to climb up the mountain a little bit, and at the end, a little bit past the hour, you get up the slope, and you can see what looks to be the remains of some large statue. Definitely bigger than a few of the buildings from the town put together. And at the base of the statue, you can see two large braziers that are unlit and look as if they have been unlit for many, many years. The braziers are made of iron, rusted iron, and there's a slippery marble staircase that's cracked and chipped, and somewhat covered in snow in certain areas, that leads down into what looks to be a dark pit.
But here we are.
I think this is it.
Mm-hmm.
This is it?
So what do we do? Just go in?
Duh.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. The pit.
I started like running the thing.
And that's where we will end tonight's session. With Tyrone going,
My voice hurts, Brady.
dead.
This is the most I ever spoke during one of these things.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Hey man, you gotta make that voice a little higher, man. He was, hey, why you in the crack?
I know. I can't, it hurts when I do it higher too. That's the thing.
Yeah, my voice isn't feeling too good either.
Yeah, it's okay.
I can't do that.
What are they selling?
Chocolates.
They're selling chocolate.
Yeah, but.
All right, let me end my stream and I'll be right back. All right, so appreciate everyone coming out. Hopefully you had a good old time. Yeah, it seems like the... Hold on. Oh, it doesn't work. That's weird. It seems like the party is definitely enjoying themselves, which is always a good thing. The one shot, the first part of it has definitely been concluded. The first part was pretty much them being in the town, trying to figure out where exactly they needed to go. And then, of course, they needed to just get there. So, now that they're there, next week, they'll be doing the Annihilation Hold dungeon, which should be pretty fun, I think. But you know, I guess we will have to see. So yeah, again, thank you for coming out. Hopefully you had a good old time. Oh, beautiful, it works again. And until we see you next time,